Hey friends, I'm so excited for today's stamping video because I am going to share with you how you can get double the use out of any of the dies in your stamping collection. Double the use. What else could you use them for? Let's take a look at it. This right here is what I want to introduce you to, and this is pretty boring, right? Like we like to make cards and we like pretty stuff. But if this can double the use of your dies in your collection, and I want to show you exactly how to do that in today's video. So here is how this little mat, one little addition for the sandwich that I send through my die cutting and embossing machine, allows me not to cut with my dies, but to emboss with them. Are you able to see this amazing embossing that I got from my scalloped blooms dies here? We're gonna look at this in a little bit more detail in a second, but this is called our impressions plate, and it was designed to be used with special dies that die cut and emboss they do both steps by running it through the machine 2 different times. So this is a set it was created to work with called Phrases and Frames. Creates these amazing frames with these fantastic texture. And there's another one. This one is called Opulent Oasis. Creates this gorgeous big embossed floral die cut. And I love those. But I'm like, well, hey, what can I do with this with all my other dies that are already in my collection? So I started playing around with it. And here is what we can do. Here is how you can take any die in your collection and create an embossed image with it. These are normal dies created for normal die cutting. They weren't created for embossing or created to use specifically with this. But here's what we do. And the directions come with the impressions plate. This is called a plate, even though it is flexible. So what you do, if you are going to use them like this, you want to do your die cutting first the normal way. And then you can move on to the step I'm going to explain right now, which is what I did with all of my other die cuts that I'm going to show you several examples of what we can do with these. So for my cut and emboss machine, which I absolutely love this thing if you're on the market for a new one. It works very, very well. I don't have any problems with spots it doesn't cut or emboss right. So I use plates 1 and 2. This is probably the standard plate for a lot of your machines. And then you are going to put the dies on face up. Okay, that little cutting edge, you got to make sure that is up. You do not want this cutting down into your platform. So this goes up, arrange them as you want. You put your paper on top here. Lay the impressions mat down. And then this is my plate number 4. This is for my 3D embossing folders. But this is all explained. Crank that through. And what we are going to get is this amazing embossed piece. It does not cut through because of the rubber. It does not allow it to cut through that paper. It just creates a really nice embossed image. So let's look at this, and we'll share several more things as we go through here. I'll show you some different ideas of how I've used this. I do want to show you, I used these adorable strawberries here. I created these with, it's actually 2 different Stampin' Die sets that coordinate with each other. Here's the Made for Sweetness set that has the fruit die cuts you're going to see more of in a moment. And then here is the Filled with Sweetness bundle. I have used these greetings, and you are going to see these berries a little bit as well and some of these tags. So these coordinate with super cute designer paper pack called Homemade Sweetness. You're going to see these ladybugs and a few things as we look at these next couple of cards. But I just wanted to share this one with you. I added that die cut piece with the designer paper on top and these adorable strawberries and the cute little tag. Love the Homemade for You greeting. Now let's look at another one. So here you're going to see an embossed piece with a bunch of fruit on the background. So how did I do that? Well, I just taught you. You know exactly how to do this now, my friends. But just to refresh, I took these pieces of fruit, these die cut fruit dies. So I laid them face up on this piece, arranged them how I wanted. I put my paper on top, laid that rubber mat on top and this piece on top and cranked that through and ended up with this fantastic texture. Now, if you look at this really closely, you're like, well, Anna, that looks funny because the stem isn't really on the strawberry and the cherry, you can't see all of it down here. I hid some of the pieces. It doesn't all work out exactly perfect with this particular set and with some others that you'll have. But once you add some pieces on top, I think it's super cute, and I don't worry about little tiny details like this because I don't think anyone I'm going to send this card to is going to focus on that part, but I love that I can get more uses out of these dies. I want to mention quickly, as I've been doing this, oftentimes I want to be able to see my dies on top of my paper and see what's going on here. So let me mention an option to you for this. This is off-label usage for our impressions plate, okay? So do this at your own risk. But so what I did is I put the impressions plate here. I put my paper down. I put my dies on top. This time you have to make sure the cutting edge is down. That cutting edge always goes towards your paper and it always goes towards the rubber mat. And then this piece just goes on top. Now you may be able to see this because this has been running against my dies. I am getting some dings, some little cuts in this plate. So this is the disadvantage of using it this way, is it's starting to beat up my plate a little bit. But I wanted to mention that it is an option if you want to be able to see your dies and what's happening where everything is lined up. So here is this one. I finished it off with those same dies, the cute little tag from the berry die set and the little greeting. And let's look at one more. For this one, I used the scalloped blooms die around the edge. I just lined up the three slices. Is this a pomegranate, I believe, and the orange or lemon. And then I colored this to look like honeydew. You could make it into any kind of melon. But I lined those up inside of the scallop blooms, cranked it through. I'm sorry, I cut the scallop blooms and then I lined these three up and use that impressions plate to emboss with them. I have two more things to share. First, as you know, I do a weekly giveaway. Every time you comment on one of my videos, you'll be entered to win. I give away paper packs, stamp sets, embellishments, punches, bundles every once in a while, all kinds of things. So I announce the winners in my YouTube comments, also in my weekly email update. You can sign up for that in the video description below. But question of the day is, I'm curious how often you use die cutting and embossing on your cards. Do you use die cutting and embossing more than half of the time on your cards or less than half of the time? It gives me a great idea of whether you're like a quick and simple stamper or you love the detailed stuff. So comment, let me know that. And then I wanted to show you a couple more cards I have created with these. We have the Filled with Sweetness bundle, and look what you can do with this die is much larger than it looks. It is double the size of this stamped image right here. And you can create these adorable, you could create a tag with this. It could be a card base itself, but this adorable jam jar. And then I also wanted to share this one, a fun little fun fold that I created with some more of that cute paper and then the little berries that I stamped and colored. As you can see, I absolutely love that I can double the use of the dies in my collection with this one inexpensive tool, the impressions plate. So if you're interested in that, there's a link in the video description below you can go and check out. For our moment of encouragement, friends, I'm going to remind you that if you haven't heard me say this before, I guess it's not a reminder, but if you need some encouragement in this world, my number one recommendation is get that Bible out and read it. Since I started reading mine actually diligently a few years ago, I have now read it how many times? 2.5, 3.5? I can't remember. I'm stage fright at the moment. It just gives me so much encouragement. All the stuff going on in our world, it isn't new. It looks a little different because of technology and that we know everything that's going on. And yeah, looks a little different. It's not any different. Same thing, new day, gives us encouragement to keep going. Friends, you and I were created for this moment in time for a reason. We should live with hope and courage and optimism. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you'll be back again next time when I'll be here helping you to hand make with love.